Hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna talk about get right into it. Nintendo Switch Online. So now it's getting a lot of negative feedback. I think it's a neat idea for now, just because I want to see what they want to do with it. Because you have the fun. Now I'm just gonna go right to saying my opinions on this matter, because Xbox Live is about $60 a month, depending on the deal, and same thing with PlayStation Plus. And the service allows you to have deals, online play, and also 2 free games a month. Now the big deal breaker is, to be honest, is the 2 free games a month, because if you play on PC, it's free essentially. Like, you don't have to pay any subscription fee to play any game unless it's an MMO, and that's a whole nother ballpark. Now the thing about one thing that's I don't mind about Nintendo Switch Online, because it's just starting out. Now, PlayStation's network was awful back when PlayStation 3 was the main platform, because they gotten hacked. They've had security issues. They've had so many huge problems with their networks, and Xbox hardly had any issues whatsoever. And that's because they've always had the funds, aka the subscription plan, to cater to their services and improve upon it. So I mean, Xbox has always gotten better and better in terms of network. Now, PlayStation actually recently, not so much recently, but like, it's definitely gotten way better with their network. They're doing basically it's basically Xbox's counterpart in terms of services. I mean, you still get your deals, you still get your free games, you still get your online services. So it's virtually the same as the subscription plan for Xbox. It's just Sony. Nintendo's is only about $20 a month, right? And they're going to give you. They haven't really been very clear on this at all, but what I'm getting from it is that they give you a whole library of NES games, basically about 20, and they're supposed to add 3 a month, and then just stack upon it constantly. So I'm assuming we're just going to have a huge library of NES games that are disposable no matter what month it is. Because at first I thought they were just going to give us 1 free NES game a month. But if it gives me a whole library, I know you have emulators and it's free, but I don't mind giving Nintendo, at least some funds to hopefully because it's just a start, right? So maybe in a couple years it'll actually be better than what it is now. Because right now, getting all those games, hopefully SNES titles. I'm all about Super Nintendo. NES is cool and all, but that's old. After when I used to play my NES back in the '90s, like I loved it. But when I got my Super Nintendo, that's when all the real stuff began. So I'm hoping later down the line it actually improves, because that's the whole point of this, is to fund them and then hopefully get some improvements. Now, here's the problem with Nintendo, and a lot of people hate this, is that losing all your content, right? So when PlayStation and Xbox first came out, and here's a little bit of history of my experience and just what's happening, is every time a new platform launches, at least a sequel platform, all your content resets, right? Like, you have nothing. Your game library, the game store only has like 20 games at most, and all, your whole purchase history is gone, and you're just like, why did I do this? Because there's nothing, and then once PlayStation hasn't done this yet, because I own all 3 platforms, but I'm a little biased. Actually, I'm not even biased. Xbox is definitely stepping up their game with backwards compatibility, with your game history being still there. You saw all my Xbox 360 purchases, and a lot of my discs are still playable on my Xbox One X. So, and my PlayStation, I love it, but at the same time, my Fortnite account's locked, and I'm a little pissed at them, so I don't want to give them my money right now. But it's definitely an issue with Nintendo, with their virtual console and their whole new every time they release a new console, it's just a refresh, right? And they're still using so basically it's still a refresh, which is the problem. Like, your game all your purchases, I guess, don't matter right now, because they keep, instead of allowing you to play Mario Kart 8, they make a deluxe version and make you pay another $60. Instead of re-releasing Donkey Kong Country, or at least letting you play Donkey Kong Country again, they released a deluxe version for $60, and they're doing the same thing with They just announced a recent deluxe game, but yeah, you get my point. Like they're just constantly making a deluxe version of it, and the problem with, another problem with Nintendo is that their value doesn't depreciate at all, so it's still going to stay $60 no matter how long you wait, which is kind of weird to me. But I mean, I guess maybe the cartridges cost more, but there's a whole nother like conversation about that, which I'm not gonna get into. But so far, I'm all aboard. I mean, $20 a year is like basically spending about $1.50 a month. Or you can go with the monthly plan, which is about $4 a month, which is not worth it. $5 a month, like $3.99. I think it's $3.99. It's not worth it because in the long run, you're spending about 4 times 12, which is $36 a year as opposed to $20 a year. So I'd recommend just dropping the $20 and going for it. And it does kind of suck that, you know, you're so used to this low tier internet service that Nintendo's always provided to still use friend codes to have a laggy internet, you know, like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, when that like Xbox and PlayStation were good on their networks, you know, back then, and then the Wii had Brawl and Mario Kart and all those games, and the network was just awful, laggy, latency issues, like just all that nonsense. And then just in this 2018, and they're still using friend codes. Like it's such an like hand me your friend code. Let me punch in each individual code. You know, every time I need a friend, every time I add a friend online, except when they're linked to like Facebook or something. You know, then it's quick. Or if they're local, like linked, it's quick. But aside from that like some of these issues have to be resolved if I'm going to be paying for this service. You know, like link it with my Gmail account and then keep my purchase history alive. You know, if I'm going to buy the next Nintendo product, I'm expecting to have my library there. You know, and just have all these issues that Xbox has been working on, you know, resolved with Nintendo. PlayStation, I'm there. A company tends to do this when they're on top. Is that because they've sold about 80 million units, which is insane. But you know, you can't play PlayStation 3 on it. You have to get PlayStation Now in order to play PlayStation 3 games, and then you know you gotta there's no backwards compatibility, and you have to pay, you know, for the online service. And I think a lot of those are issues, and I don't believe it's it's the best place to play. I'm actually turning this into a PlayStation rant. I'm sorry. I'm a little salty about that. But yeah, Nintendo's definitely going to step up their game, hopefully, in the long run. Now, like I said, right now it doesn't feel that way, but I think over time, hopefully they will improve on their services, maybe learn a thing too from other platforms. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about this subscription plan? Because $20 a year, I mean, you know, most of us gamers are broke. Kind of. I'm currently, but I'm gonna drop the $20 just because, you know, Smash Brothers and Super Smash Brothers. But yeah, but I do believe that it will be worth it, especially when that NES library keeps growing. Unless you just want to play your emulators on your PC, that's perfectly fine. But I don't mind having them everywhere I go on my Nintendo Switch. But yeah, and that's basically my thoughts and opinions on the subject matter. And thanks for watching.